Good afternoon, everybody. It's May 5th, 2021, and Sally Fox Mustang is getting the driver's side window worked on. I've been meaning to do this. The electric window slips down and it won't stay up. So, and I obviously did some Google searching on it, and I found that it's the guide bushings, very popular, very common problem over many decades of rolling a window down. We've never replaced these in 34 years, but looks like I just pulled the door panel, and you know how fun that is, guys. You know, Fox bodies is way easier than newer cars, but it's still kind of a pain because you have to take all the screws out of the power window switches and the posts right here. Those have to come out, and those are hex bolts. And then you got your tabs, and you gotta hope and pray that those things don't crack or break when you take it off, or else you're gonna have a loose panel here. And of course, LMR and all those aftermarket parts places for Foxes have those in stock to replace, and they're not too expensive, but I like to keep the originals. Yeah, so I pulled the window, and yeah, it's gonna need the guide bushings, which is kind of a pain because you have to take out the guide post, and so that's gonna be fun. I've never done that before. I've done the power windows replacements on these and on this car at least 2 or 3 times, but never the guides, and those are literally, they're 34 years old from the factory. We've never replaced them. So that's what I'm doing today. I just need to make sure and diagnose that that's what the problem was on the window not staying up and getting loose. So we'll order those from LMR and do another video of the installation. Beautiful day here in North Dallas, and you know, she's been driven lately a lot, so there's a lot of things that need to be addressed on the car, little things, and we're starting to do some of the body work. And I'll kind of point to a preview of another video I will do on the paint fiasco on this car. When it was repaired back in 1989, it was hit pretty hard on the other side, and so they didn't total the car, and they repaired it. Did kind of a shoddy job. It looked good when it came out of the paint booth in the first couple months, but then it started to change color, and you can see the difference of the back of it's darker than this side here. It's kind of hard to see that in the bright sun, but I'll do another video on it. But I have already, so I discovered that they did some sort of weird paint job, ran out of paint at the last minute, or something happened, because only half the car from the hatchback bumper over to the other side over here where the repair was done, the whole quarter panel was smashed in from a panel truck that hit my dad in '89. But they repaired it with a new quarter. They welded it in, but they painted the kind of like the half back over, you know, like the T-tops back. They repainted it, but it looked good when it first came out in like '89 and 1990, but then it started to change colors, I think, from the UV rays. But you can see the difference, because I repaired this part, this rust spot, and I did scarlet red. This is more like a Cabernet red. You can see the difference. It's all messed up. We just never repainted it. We just left it the way it was. And so you can see where I discovered on this keyhole the other, you know, like about a week ago, that it was starting to chip off, and I could see the original paint under it. So I was like, oh shoot, what lies beneath? And it looked like they either sprayed a better quality paint under there, or it's the original. Don't know how it happened, because remember, this was not damaged, so they might have just scuffed the original scarlet red and then repainted over with bad paint, which later turned into more of a Cabernet red, which is really odd and weird, because it came out scarlet when they did the repair. So I decided to see if I could sand down some of this, and so I sanded down, and sure enough, with a 1500 grit, it exposed the original scarlet red paint that matches the rest of the car. So you can see that this part here, I got it sanded pretty good, 1500 grit, and it just needs to be polished. Once I do the whole car, I'm gonna do the whole car, the whole back of the car where it was repaired, just to see if we can polish it up so it all matches finally. So we don't have to do another paint job right now. We're trying to keep it all original, at least to tell the story, and instead of just taking it to a paint booth and, you know, stripping it down and spending $5,000 on a paint job. It's just not in the budget right now. So you can see that this was this right here, and you can see the purple and scarlet. And then so this all matches. See, this panel, this part of the spoiler, rear spoiler, and the hatchback, and then the rear quarter. All these three match, whereas these two were purple. So I sanded this down. It looks great, and it'll all polish up. So anyway, long story short, this is a project for today. The electric window on the driver's side. Stay tuned for the video when we repair the bushings and get that window going up and down like brand new. So again, this is Chris with Mustang, Fox Sally, Sally Fox, Mustang, whatever you want to say. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.